going, my friends? Yeah, breakdown time. Let's see, when I was pulling out this back panel here, I noticed they had a couple, just a little bit of glue down on that to hold that, I guess, in place while they screwed it in. Not much, just a little bit, you can see. But big thing is we're missing these two braces on either side. See, they look like this little triangle dude. That one, geez. Looks like they may have had some problems with it all over. But, yeah, I know, but what does hold it together, though, is once you get this back panel in, the score panel, it holds everything together except for this bottom piece. This bottom piece can come up off of here. So I'm gonna look at this and come up with a couple good ideas and get the bracing put back in these corners, because I know eventually you're playing it, and from shaking it, you know, eventually it's going to loosen up in here on both sides, and you know, if it comes up, this whole piece can come, the whole back box can come off and leave the bottom plate just sitting there. Now, where the hell would I put my wrench? Oh, here's the back glass. Actually, it isn't too awful bad. You know, there's a little bit here and there. I may go ahead and touch this up, since it's not terrible. If I can get a good flesh color, I could do her, get Cleopatra done, and the hole in Laurel's forehead. I think that's just yellow all around there, and a little bit on Captain Kidd, I'm going to call him. And it looks like there was something glued on it at one time. I don't know, kind of strange. Oh, okay, I see what it is. Somebody put Mylar down, or some sort of clear sheeting to hold all that, to stabilize it. Huh. At least that's what's here. You can see it right there. Or is that just tape holding the... It might be just tape holding the rail on. Or, no, you can see it. It is. Okay. Somebody put some clear sheeting over it to kind of stabilize it, so it wouldn't do any more. Not a bad idea. Probably protected it and kept it from getting any worse. Okay, enough of that. Yep, so we'll get the back box fixed up. We'll get a new piece put down on the face here. I'll see, hopefully I can get that off without destroying too much. Looks like it is just a piece of square stock glued down. And vacuum it out. Okay, so I'll get this back box off of here, and then we'll take a look and see what we're gonna start on first. I got it all tore down, all broke down, and what we're going to do is what I normally do. Once I get it tore down is I go ahead and clean the cabinet so I can see what the cabinet looks like, so I can think about what I should do with the cabinet while I'm cleaning panels and relays and all that. There's our bottom cabinet mech. There's our back mech, and there's our play field sitting over there. And I was right, those electronic relays are for the over-the-top 100,000. Those are the 100,000 relays. And there's our box. Don't mind the blue one. That's an ongoing project that is going to be a long time in the making, that I'm working on in my spare time. Oh, Knight Rider, you've already watched that one, and I have it covered up, and that's Die Hard, staying warm under its blanket. I do an awful lot of sanding and painting in here. I have Lightning sitting here that I've been kind of using as a work table. That's why it's all covered up. My other ones they got enough junk on them. It won't be bad to clean up once I'm ready for them. Flip Flop and Target Alpha and Scorpion. Scorpion's my stereo stand for right now. I have to get it pulled back out of here because it quit working when I put it in there and I was playing it, and it went black on me again. So look forward to another probably episode or so of working on Scorpion again so I can get it done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to see how clean I can get this cabinet. I have, it says mean green, but one of my subs told me to try this crud cutter. Get it out of there. Concentrated cleaner degreaser stain remover, and I've been using that on stuff, and it works better than mean green. So we're gonna see how it's gonna work here on Cinema, and hopefully it cleans it up enough to where we don't have to do much. I mean, it looks horrible and it stinks. I mean, you can actually see the chrome rails or stainless rails even are yellow. So you know what that all is? That's all tobacco. This isn't just yellowed from the sun or from the light. This is what it should be. That nice and white, nice blue. And these, I think, should be, yeah, these are a darker blue with some green in them. So I'll get you set up. We'll clean some of this, and hopefully the crud cutter will cut this down. If not, we'll have to try something else. So let's see what happens. Okay, goes nothing. Hopefully it's not nothing. I see it breaking it down. Thanks. Okay, I'm going to get a little more aggressive with it. I got some steel wool, 4/0, and I've used it before on these machines, so it's not like this is the first time. Problem with using it is you do lose a lot of paint. You can see the blue tinge. It's either taking a lot of the paint off, that's a little too aggressive. I'm going to stick with my scratchy pad and work it. See, took too much of the paint off there, more than I want. I mean, what are you gonna do? Ruin it? It's already crap. So I'm not afraid of. That's it. It cleaned mostly all the tar off of it. But at what cost? Thin. And I don't know what this is. Almost, I know that's from a lighter, but I don't know what's going on there. And thin. So, like I said, look at that, God, it's still coming off. So we can clean it, but at what cost? We lose a lot of paint. And if we don't mind it looking like this, then fine, we'll leave it alone. Yep. See, still taking off. Wipe it off. Wipe it down some more. Yeah, see, still taking it off. But like I said, I can clean it up, but at what cost? Do we leave it alone now? Or is this going to be a whole cabinet paint? Man. A lot of work, guys. A lot of work. Let me clean the other side and we'll see how it looks. I mean, now I have to let it dry before I can do anything else to it. But do we leave it and leave the natural patina? Or do we paint the whole cabinet? It's not a hard design. I can copy this out, no problem at all. Paint it white and then put our two blues on. Do we do that, or do we sit down and hand paint the whole cabinet? The white, ton of white. Okay, let me get the other side done, and then we'll do the back box, and then I'll have to think about it as usual. Ah, there it is. There's the 1348, and it's on our back box too. Right there, 1348. Cool. Now I know that those two match. Whatever the hell, that doesn't mean nothing, but hey, at least we know somebody didn't swap the head unit off of it or whatever. Okay. I'll get busy, I'll get the other side cleaned up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now this side's all cleaned. As much as I'm going to scrub on it. Somebody has already repainted this side. And, you know, they did the best they could. You know, on the stars. Man. On the stars, you can see where they used tape and then used a razor blade, you know, to cut it out, and kind of missed on this guy. You can see the blue in there. So this side has been redone. There's a repair done right here that's got a big old Humpty-Doo in it. So, and you know, you can see the brush marks, which is typical when you use a paintbrush to paint in everything. That's just the nature of it. So now I'm really torn here as to what to do. You can see the paint they used was kind of a cream color, and that's the original white in there. I'm sure this was actually white. Yeah, it was. You can see under the back leg here that's actually was white, was a pure white, and they didn't know it because you know, aging. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, even comes off. That's tape. Old tape still on there. But you know, somebody did the best they could. Can't blame them for that. It doesn't matter how it looks. I mean, if that's the best they could do, then that's the best they could do. I don't fault anybody for trying and doing the best they can. I mean, they probably liked it and enjoyed the machine afterwards, so now it's really hard to decide what I'm gonna do. Can't ask you guys, because by the time you see this video, I'll have already had it done. It'll already be done, and we'll be playing it. Okay, that's the top. I got the top cleaned up. You know, nobody sees the top, but it is clean anyway. This is the side that had the sticker on it, the Redskin sticker. Still got the glue on it. They didn't finish up here. Inside it cleaned up somewhat. Not going to get it all out. If you try and get it all out, you're not going to have anything left. This was the worst side. That was the side that was actually brown. Now you can actually see the artwork in there. And the front. Okay, so it's just not dry yet. But our cabinet's clean. I got one more thing to clean on it. I'm gonna flip this on its back here, and I'm gonna take off the coin door and get this all taken apart and clean that up. See, we have a big owie here to fix. I mean, got a lot of it missing there, but the big thing here is we got a big chunk out of it that we need to fix and clean it all up. Fun. Oh, that's a stern hive. God, and it got on there. Feels like a... Holy mackerel. Somebody's got one hell of a spring on that thing. Shoot that ball without the glass on, it'll go flying right over the back glass. Right over the head unit, or right into the head unit, and bust your back glass. Decisions. I know, it's all mine. It's all on me. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna put this upright, and I'm gonna get that coin door off so I can get that face all cleaned up really good. Alright, I slept on it, and I decided I'm gonna go ahead and redo all the... I'm gonna paint the whole cabinet. We're gonna redo all the art on the cabinet. We got it all cleaned up, and it's pretty rough looking, especially the other side where somebody else had already tried to do the artwork on it, and it looks kind of crappy. The back box would be a little more presentable, but if we're doing the cabinet, then we're going to do the back box as well. Okay, now I have done this once before on camera on Dragon, or Gottlieb System 1 Dragon. I redid all the cabinet art on it, and people were asking me how I did it, and I thought I was kind of explained it and showed a little bit, but I guess it wasn't quite enough. So we'll go through it again. What I do is, before we get started on there, I wanted to show you, I did get the face all cleaned up here, the end here where the coin door goes, and it's rough. So it like I said, it needs done. I have to repair this anyway, so that I Was kind of figuring on doing the front, but since we're gonna do, we might as well do everything and make it look really nice. I know it's just an old Chicago coin, but you know, and it's not a collector's Chicago coin, but it is a nice machine, and it'll really be nice when we're done. A lot of work to do on this one, so there's going to be a lot of episodes on it. Sorry about that. It takes time to get these done and done right, so they look really nice. And hopefully when we're done, it will look really nice. Okay, now what I do is I cover the whole cabinet here, this side, with tracing paper. Okay, premium tracing paper here, and I have really big sheets for the cabinets. Usually the big sheet I put in the middle, and then I can fill in either side with the smaller ones. I already did the light blue, which is right there. I have all my tracings ready. Okay, I cover it all, lining it up the best you can, as square as you can along the edge here, along the bottom, and on the edges here. Tape it down, get it taped together, because you want to make this as one big stencil. This one I moved around so I could get the caricatures in each sheet. Like Charlie, these two dancers are on one sheet, Charlie's on one sheet, and this looks like Elvis. So we're going to call it Elvis. And I get Elvis here on one whole sheet. That way when I cut them out, it makes it easier to put it together on the machine to paint. Then what we do is, after we get the tracing paper down on, and then now what we do is we sit down and we trace out all of our artwork for this sheet. There'll be a stencil for each color. White, you know, we don't need a stencil, the whole cabinet will be white. The light blue, that stencil over there is the light blue. Big stars, these little curtain things, and these two humps here, and that star. That'll be one stencil. So after we get our white done, we can lay our stencil for our light blue, since our light blue is the next layer, because the dark blue will go on top of the light blue. We'll put the light blue stencil down, and we'll paint in the light blue, and we'll let that cure. We'll wet sand it so our dark blue has something to adhere to, and then we will lay down our dark blue stencil and paint in our dark blue, and then we will wet sand it and clear it, and that'll save everything. Plus we'll get rid of little edges and stuff like that, and if there is a little bit of feathering, when you wet sand, you will remove a little bit of that feathering, and it'll kind of sharpen it up. It won't look like factory, because these stencils that they use, they just slap them on, spray, and then you have little, you know, feathering around some edges. We will too. Don't get me wrong, we will have some, but I try and eliminate as many as possible, just to kind of sharpen it up. Whatever. But if the feathering looks more factory, like it came out of the Chicago coin factory. Okay, then after we get our blue traced here, what we do is we lay our tracing paper. Don't mind this one, this is another one I'm working on. We will lay our tracing paper over our Bristol board. Bristol board is a real heavy heavy board. And then what we do is we come in and with our X-Acto knife and slowly cut out our stencil. We'll cut out this on this one. See, we'll cut this out, this little guy here, and once we get all of our things cut out here and down in here, we have a cardboard stencil. And then what we can do is then we lay it back down on here, and that's what we paint over, and that's what gives us our caricatures and our shapes and all that. And once you start doing your colors, then everything starts coming through. But we have to do the stencils for the side of the cabinet, the face, and the back box. But you only have to do one side, because you do this side and then you have your stencil, you paint it, and then all you have to do is take it over to the other side and lay the painted side of your stencil down, and it gives you the mirror copy. Same with here, same thing. You take it, you'll paint it, and then you'll just take it over to the other side and lay it on there, and it'll be mirror. I'll show you once I get done getting a few of these cut out. Same with here. Stenciled it, cut it out, then you just take it, paint this side, and then just flip it over, and it's a mirror copy of the other side. That's all they are. But I'll show you when we get that far into it. But right now, like I said, I have my light blue done, and I need to start tracing out our dark blue. And I'll start tracing that out, and we'll be getting that ready to be cut out on Bristol board.
Life comes in all forms and shapes. Look, you will see them all. Taste both the sweet and the bitter grapes. So when the rain does fall, gonna clear, the clouds will shatter, just to wait and see. And all of those things that you thought mattered were footprints in sand, washed clean away by the sea. So
he's all traced out and ready to be put down on Bristol board and cut out. And now I have the two dancers. Oh, let me back you off a little bit. There we go. I have the two dancers to do, and Elvis. And let's see. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, you can see it. You know, once you get your tracing paper up on here, and then you can just start tracing out all the artwork. Like I said, the light blue is already done. It just needs cut out. So I will continue on tracing the caricatures. This one I'm going to have to kind of guess a little bit because the scratch is right on the line. Most of this I can get up into here, and then the rest of it, it's kind of going to have to be a freehand guess as to what it's supposed to be. The other side's just as bad. It's cut out and everything, so we'll just copy it off of here. We'll get her close. It'll look good. Okay, I'll go ahead and get busy and get the rest of this traced out so we can get it cut out on Bristol board. Normally what I do is I go ahead and I'll do all my tracings on the cabinet in the front and the back box, and then sit down and start cutting out on Bristol board. Back box, this side has the identification tag on it, so I'll do the other side. I think it's just as good. Yeah. We'll trace this side so I can get all of the artwork and not just up to that tag. And then when we paint, we'll paint this side first, and then I'll show you what I do with those tags. So now it's just a matter of tracing, and tracing. I have to look up on Pinball Resource and see if I can get a picture of the front cabinet. See if this is cut off here blue, just a blue piece in the center here. But time to get busy tracing some more.